going? It's Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on FlossTube. I am coming to you on this Wednesday, April 15th, 2020 with my Mania video. I'm super excited about this. I do not have all of my plans completely ironed out, but we'll get into that. Before I do, I just want to take a second here to say welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back week to week-ish. We'll go with it. And if you are a new viewer, then thank you so much for coming to check me out. I hope that you like what you see here. My channel is mostly about cross-stitch. Today is entirely cross-stitch, nothing extra. And so I hope that you like what you see. Maybe subscribe. Do what you do. So yeah, thanks y'all for being here. So yeah, this is the Mania 2020 video. I'm so excited. I am participating in Stitch Mania without doing the monogamous thing for the first time in a few years. The last time I did a Mania where I started anything was in 2017. So that's pretty cool. So before I get into everything, I want to talk about Stitch Mania. Stitch Mania is an event. It was created by Garrett Coffee Stitcher, and then Katie Katie the Stash Queen came in and she's assisting in the running of it. Stitch Mania started as a new starts fest and grew into the group Stitch Mania on Facebook that it is today. The original concept for Stitch Mania was 15 starts in the first 15 days of May. Hence the reason it's Mania, M-A-Y-N-I-A. It's since evolved tremendously. There are so many different avenues that you can take with this. The only real thing that you have to do is just make it manic for yourself. So if you're used to stitching on just one thing, then maybe you add in something else. Or if you're used to stitching on a bunch of things, maybe you consider going manic in the opposite direction and stitching on just one thing for the whole period of time. Some people start 15 like original. Some people start the same as the year. So for instance, it's 2020, and so some people are going to be starting 20 things. Some people go for the full month. Some people celebrate the age that they're turning with their number of starts. Some people do one start a week. I mean, it's however you wanna do it. So in the past, I have done a 36 starts in May. That was fun, but not to be repeated. And then I did the Blimey Cat method in 2017, in which those projects that I started in Mania 2016, if I hadn't finished them, then I was going to work on them the same day. So for instance, I know Beauty and the Beast, I started on May 9th, 2016. So I would have worked on it on May 9th, 2017. And for those that I had finished, then I was getting new starts, sort of to fill in the gaps, so to speak. And then the last 2 years, 2018 and 2019, both I did a Monogamania, where I worked on the same project until finished. This year, I'm going to do a different sort of approach. I'm going to have 6 new starts. Each of them is going to get 3 days, just so I can get a good chunk into each of them. And then the back 12 days or 13 days of the month, I'm going to devote to in this moment. So I'm going to have kind of a both situation. I'm going to have some new starts and I'm going to have some Monogamania. Kind of a little bit. So that's how I'm going to do things. Okay, so what am I starting? That's a really great question. I have 3 things that I know for certain I'm starting, and then I have a pile of things that I have pulled from Stash that I am considering. And so I thought that I would kind of go through those here with you guys, talk it out loud, and determine sort of how I'm feeling about any of them. Some of them may get put to a vote, but we will sort of cross that bridge when we get there. So, are you guys ready to see what I'm planning to start for Stitch Mania? I'm so excited. Most of this I don't have kitted up, so we'll see how that goes. But that's why I'm doing this now, because if I need to procure some materials, then I've got a little bit of wiggle room in which to be able to do that. So let's start with the things that I know for certain I will be starting for Stitche Mania 2020. And the first, if you watched my latest update video, then you would have seen this. This is Auspicious Hope by La-Di-Da. I talked about the fact that I am really into La-Di-Da right now, and so I chose from my La-Di-Da the one that spoke to me the most, and it's this one. Auspicious Hope, in thy sweet garden grows, wreaths for each toil and charms for every woe. I thought that was really sweet. So that is going on the list, and I'll figure out fabric eventually. Okay, let's do this one next. Okay, I am starting a Mirabilia. How exciting! I haven't had a new Mirabilia start in quite some time. Not since 2018, that's pretty cool. So this is Mirabilia's Moonflowers. It is, let's see if I can, this is Mirabilia design number 137 from the years under there, 2015. So this was a 2015 release. I just decided I needed a Mirabilia. Originally, I was going to go with a Mania where I started things from designers I haven't stitched from yet. But at the very least, Mirabilia is at least one exception to that because I love this design and I want to stitch it. And I think that Belinda of Aussie Stitcher is going to start it with me. So we need to iron out the dates for when we're going to start this. I think I have fabric for this, but I will, I'll show that some other time. So definitely going to be starting Moonflowers. And the last one I'm really excited about. This is Music Amongst the Trees by Rosewood Manor, Karen Kluba. And I love this. It's kind of like a mini snapshot of And a Forest Grow. And I love the poem here. There's always music amongst the trees in the garden, but our hearts must be very quiet to hear it. I love this. I really love the cool geometric trees. And I love all the owl, butterfly, bee, couple of squirrels, bird. Oh, I love this. I'm so excited for this. This was sent to me by a dear friend, and so you know who you are. Thank you. Thank you for this. I love this. I'm so excited. I love the little sparrow. Oh, okay. So those are the 3 that are guaranteed. Okay. I would really like to do a stash dive. I'd love to do a stash parade where I just flip through all of the things that I have and enable the heck out of both you guys and myself, and want to start all of the things. However, I recently started reorganizing my stash, and all of my charts are going into sheet protectors, into binders, and I'm about halfway through that process. So I think that that's probably better reserved for a later date. So what I did is I went through all of my chart stash and I pulled a bunch of things that I would really like to start. But this is a ton of things. Like there's probably 40 things here, all told. So I thought that I would just kind of go through this part and sort of talk you guys through, or talk myself through it with you guys. So yeah, this was a really fast pull. Like I was like, I think I want to start that, and I added it to this pile. So this could be interesting. So the first 2 are actually, they are not here. I don't have them printed off. They are Long Dog samplers. One of them is Opus 1. I would really like to stitch that. I know that I have the fabric for that, and the thread that I'm using is a DMC. So you'll be seeing a preview here of what that is to look like finished. That is supposed to be the inverse of my Opus 2. So that's kind of where I'm thinking on that one. And then the second Long Dog sampler is, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this, but Sanssouci. I love this. The little elephant, and those cool borders on both on the inside and the outside. Oh, I love that. I don't know what thread I'm going to do that in or anything, but that is high on the consideration list. So I guess that I'm not going to be able to talk myself off the ledge on any of these. I just listed 2 and I can't even narrow down from those 2. So we're just going to go through these and then I'll mull it over and I'll tell you guys which ones I decide to start. 2 are going to come from this pile here. So keep that in mind. All right. So the long dogs. Now let's get into the things where I can actually show you. Up next, these are the things that I showed you most recently in my latest update. So this is, of course, the Rolodex Morning Sampler by Bendy Stitche. Unbelievably beautiful. Yep. High on the consideration list. I remember when I was a kid and I used to go shopping for clothes, I would do like a pile for yes, a pile for no, and a pile for maybe. But I feel like all of these might land in the yes pile. So anyway, yeah, this is beautiful. If you guys have any thoughts and opinions, feel free to chime in. I'm happy to hear them. Okay, up next is Our Hearts by Brenda Gervais. I love this. So pretty. The threads are all Gentle Arts, and there's a total of 4 of them. Oh, never mind, there's Weeks and Classic Colorworks. But I could easily get this up from Stash. Not a problem. Super, super sweet. Up here is Prairie School or Christmas Samplers. And I would be doing this one, the Christmas Greetings one. You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and just remove this one now. I thought that I would be into it, but I don't know that I'm really feeling this right now. So, 1 down. 39 to go. Okay, up next, here's 16 options. This is the Sewing Club book from Blackbird Designs. High on my consideration is this one in this corner, Willing Hands, and this one here, this is Summer's Past. Well, I'm not going to flip through that because there's charts and whatnot, but that is high on my list. I love the Hollyhock bag. This one on the back here. Yeah, there's so much in here that I want to stitch, and so I am... But should I do with my older Blackbird books first? Maybe. Maybe that makes sense, to go with some of the older Blackbird books and hold off on this for a little bit. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'll hold off on that. Okay, up next is a collaboration by Works by ABC and 1884 Stitchery, aka Arlene and McKenna. This is Mary Hogg, 1830. I don't have any reproduction samplers in my Mania starts, and so this one could be fun to do. Yeah, I love this. I love the colors. I love the tree down at the bottom. This is really cool, and I would really like to stitch that. So yeah, that's definitely staying in as a contender. This one I put in, and I felt a little bit crazy by putting it in, but Teresa Wensler, Castles by the Sea. Again, this is something that I would really like to stitch. This is a smaller Teresa Wensler, and so it's hopefully not as intimidating. Golden days of sun and laughter, carefree, perfect, ever after. Young and full of dreams were we, building castles by the sea. I love this. I love the dragon. Is it just one? I think so. All tangled up. I love this. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's got to stay on the list, even though it feels a little crazy to add a Teresa Wensler to Stitch Mania. But, I mean, up next is something that when Cheryl did her Mania videos, I don't know, 2 months ago, I think, she showed this, and it wasn't on my radar to start for this Mania until she showed it, and I went, oh, yes. So this is Lazy Afternoon by Lenart. It's called Several Things. This is just the chart leaflet version. You can get it in a kit. There's several different versions of this. It's been titled different things, but the long story short is it's a girl on a wicker chair with flowers, reading. And yes, I love this. I love this. I was inspired to track this down because of Lisa from Lisa's Stitching and Such. She did this not too long ago, a couple years, and I fell in love with it immediately. I love just the colors in that. Into the pile. This might be something that I hold off on, but Lizzie Kate's Promise Me you'll always remember you're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think. A good message for all of us, don't you think? Yeah, I'm going to hold off on this one until later. This one's not jumping out at me. So there goes that one. Okay, I had to put in a Lindy Stitches into the consideration pile, and I decided to go with the Peacock Keeper. This was Nashville release 2019, and I fell in love with it. And my husband is a huge Willy Wonka fan, and so this could be just a lot of fun to stitch. I love the bright, beautiful colors. Yeah, this is awesome. Super, super cool. Into the pile of consideration again. I really like to stitch a heartstring samplery, and I know that some of you just gasped really loud. I have several in stash, but for whatever reason, I've never started a heartstring. So I imagine this, several of you are going to be like, yeah, you should start that. This is the Coffee Bean Sampler. I contemplated this or Coffee Quaker, but I decided to go with this because I like these little mini samplers. I think those are really cute. So yeah, that's high on the consideration list. This would be a pretty quick stitch, I think, which could be fun to have a quick stitch. Yep, love that. Okay. 2019 Nashville release, Quilting Bee. I know that there are a couple of other bees out there now that Janine has released, but this one still has my heart. I adore this. I'm waiting to see what my color and cotton fabric of the month is going to look like. So that will sort of help me determine, I guess, what I'm going to use it for. Anyway, I love this. Gorgeous. Here is a Brenda Gervais. Blessed Be. I love this so much. Sorry for the glare. I've got it in the plastic bag in the sheet protector, so double going on there. But yeah, I love this. So sweet. So pretty. Little, but I don't think it's going to be a super quick stitch. So, yep, still in the consideration pile. Okay, this is City Stitcher's Weeping Tree Sampler. This one is making the rounds on FlossTube as of late. And I've mentioned it. This is so cool. The hands over here, there's some specialty stitches going on. It looks like the sheep is done in eyelets. This is really cool. This part of the house is a stitch offset from the rest of the house. This is so cool. It's big. It's really big. So this one is 219 by 191. I just, off camera, I flipped it open and had a look. And yeah, that's pretty big. But it's going to stay in the consideration pile because I'm not afraid of big scary whips. Okay. Up next is the last of my not yet kitted things. So this is Our Lasting Friendship by Blackbird Designs. And I would do this one here. I love that. So gorgeous. See, if I do a big sampler like this, then I won't do the big one like this. Just to try to limit the number of big things I'm starting. Really big things. So, it's kind of between those two for me mentally. But yeah, definitely high on the list. Okay. So these are some things that I have kitted and ready to go that I would like to start. I tried to stay away from Halloween as much as possible because all of these things could potentially come out in October, all of my Halloween things. But one did not manage to stay in that pile. This is Plum Street Samplers Jack's Bash. I was meant to start this last year and just never got around to it. So I would really like to get that started. And so I have all of the threads, and this is 40 count sea fog, I think. That's what it says. Yeah, sea fog from R&R for that. And I think that would be really pretty together. So that is high on the list. Already kitted. That's nice. No thinking. I like it. Next is another blackbird. So I'm going to try to stick to just one blackbird if I can. This is from the Home for the Holidays book, this beautiful book. And you guessed it, I'm going to be starting 'Tis the Season. Try to stay away from Christmas as much as possible too, just because I'm not feeling it, as I mentioned with the other Christmas samplers. But this one is sort of more winter than like honestly Christmas. This one I already have kitted up as well. The fabric I have here is 32 count Belfast in Galeen from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's this beautiful blue. Not quite showing up as rich as it is in real life, as bright, but it's gorgeous. And then I have the Bell Swaz. Although I did swap out the white for water lilies because I had an alternative. So I have the Bell Swaz ready to go, and my nail just snagged that. And it's doing it again. Okay, I'm going to stop touching those because I'm ruining them. So that's high on the consideration list. Kitted, ready to go with silk. Okay. And then the last on my kitted things is Pineberry Lane Jiggity Jig. So a couple years ago I did Merry Halloween, and I would like to stitch them so that they go together, sort of companions. They're similar size, not quite exactly, but I love these guys. I think they're gorgeous. And this is on my other half of Brigid by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's maroon and orange, which you all know makes me happy. And I'll just stitch it with Anchor Black to match my Merry Halloween. So that is that. Here's the part where you guys come in. I have more. I have another stack of charts here. And I would like for you guys to vote on this. And whichever one you guys choose is the one that I will start for Mania. So this next pile, they are all needlework related. Some people are dreaming of a sampler wall. Some people are dreaming of a Mirabilia wall. Some people dream, I know that Cozy Egg's got a Gothic wall on her mind, and several A&E walls floating around. I'd really like to have a needlework wall. Just stitched things that are themed around needlework. I think that would be fun. So I have a pile of things here that are needlework related, and I would like for you guys to help me choose which one I start for Stitch Mania this year. I have a total of 6 things here, and so I would like for you guys to cast your vote and let me know which one you think I should start. If you can't decide, feel free to vote for multiples, because I totally get the indecision. All right, so here we go. This is something that I acquired recently. This is the Summer House Stitchworks Forever in Stitches. This needlework of mine, Forever a Stitch in Time. I love that. Super sweet, fairly little, would be a quick stitch. Yeah. So, option 1. Option 2 is a Works by ABC. And this is The Praise of the Needle. And I'm not going to read that whole thing because it's lengthy, but it's all about needlework. And I adore this. This one lends itself really well to using up some stash threads. I know that Ingeborg did that and made it super colorful and gorgeous. So that is definitely an option. I love this. Up next is something that I wasn't sure I was going to consider, but the more I look at it, the more I really like it. This is Bent Creek Stitching Row. And so it's another long and thin one, but I think it's really cool. I love all the needlework related things. I love the X. That's really creative and cute. So that is Bent Creek Stitching Row. So that's option 3. Option 4 is With My Needle by the Good Huswife. So this is going to feel like deja vu. Yes, I have started this in the past, but I wasn't a huge fan of the linen that I had chosen originally. Originally, I had picked to do it on 28 count, and I wanted it to be more delicate. So my intention is to start this on a piece of 40 or 46 count. I have a pink 46 count. She's not going on pink. But I could always try to get a piece of 46 count or whatever. This part is irrelevant. The part that matters is that I intend on restarting this. This is my Emma. It is hashtag I did not pay £1 billion for that. I love this and I would really like to get it restarted. I just have to figure out the fabric situation with it. So, With My Needle. And the last one is Kathy Barrick's Good Intentions. Love this. I love every iteration of this. I have seen FlossTube, Instagram. This design is so cool. It's so pretty. It's not humongous. I love this. I would definitely, yeah, I can't wait to stitch this. I'll stitch it eventually. Even if you guys don't choose it this time, it will get stitched. All of these will, let's be honest. I'm going to get to all of them. I'm going to live forever. So yeah, anyway, I love this. And that is option 5. So feel free to, I'm going to put a list in the description box below, a 1 through 5 with these, so that you guys don't have to list the names. You can just reference a number. But 5 is Good Intentions. Real quick run through. 4 is With My Needle. 3 is Stitching Row by Bent Creek. 2 is Praise of the Needle by Works by ABC. And 1 is Forever in Stitches by Summerhouse. So I think that does it for me here today. Thank you guys for checking this out. My last update before Mania, I will have everything kitted and ready to go so that I can show you guys fabrics and threads if I make any changes and whatnot. But this is sort of the beginnings, and I'm very excited. So with that, I am going to bid you all adieu. I will see you guys next week with a regular update video. I hope that everybody's doing well. I hope that you're stitching. Be well. As always, be kind. I'll see you in the next one.